Welcome everybody to the Bennett Bros Wrestling Corner Season 3, Episode 12. Yes, you heard me, Episode 12. That's a baker dozen. Hope the 93 in the place to be. I hope everybody's weekend was as easy as using a napkin. What's on today's schedule? I'll tell you what's on today's schedule. Couple of days ago, actually 2 days ago, because today is December 8th. December 8th. On December 6th, it marked the 10th anniversary of the December main event of Lita and Trish for the Women's Championship. I will be talking about that. The gang will get together and I'll give you my TLC predictions as well. Hope you give yours in return. And lastly, one of the biggest news to come out once again, CM Punk was the center of, can't even say controversy this time, was just the center of everybody's attention, as last week he signed with UFC, and I'll be giving my thoughts about Punk signing with UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. Also, I would like to say that since WWE is doing their Slammy Awards, I plan on let me check. You guys have always asked, you guys have wondered, when's possibly the next show me and Chris get together. Well, I am actually setting that date myself. Since WWE is doing their Slammy Awards, I don't recall me and Chris ever. I don't recall me and Chris ever doing this on the past Wrestling Corners, but we will do it this year. Since December 31st falls on a Wednesday, that will be the last Wrestling Corner of the year. And why? That doesn't mean that there won't be a Wrestling Corner on Monday, but there will be another additional Wrestling Corner on the 31st, on New Year's Eve, because we will be hosting our end of the year awards. I think that it's more appropriate to do an end of the year awards. I said war. I don't want war. When everything is said and done. On December 31st, all the pay-per-views for WWE and even maybe some TNA stuff might fall into play will be done, and also anything from Raw and SmackDown will be done by then. So yeah, everybody wanted to know when me and Chris are gonna get back together. I took it upon myself to make that date. So December 31st will be the last Wrestling Corner of 2014, and also our end of the year awards. Yay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. This Wrestling Corner is being brought to you by duct tape. You need duct tape. You need some tape. I don't even know if this is duct tape. It says this is magic tape. But it's still tape nonetheless. You need tape for the thick stuff, and you need tape to close stuff. You can also use tape for paper, and you name it. Also, you can use tape as a makeshift Band-Aid. I'm not so sure if that's advised. Oh, but nonetheless, tape is useful. Look out. Okay. A little bit of review of Raw. Some things I want to talk about from what happened on Raw. I mean, I was surprised, you know, basically it was a surprise appearance and a surprise. Wasn't expecting to be this quick, but a surprising appearance slash main roster debut for Charlotte. When I heard the music, I'm thinking, no, shoot, Charlotte. And I felt it was very appropriate that her first, I don't know if they're going to count as official match or part of the main roster, but her first match being on Raw was against somebody that she's had history with, Natalya. And by, you know, by no means, you know, not by any stretch, it was close to their great match at Takeover, but you know, the chemistry was still there. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit surprised that Charlotte was handed a loss. I thought that she'll maybe pick up the win. But then, you know, me and young Jayway, who is here, we were talking via chat on the Facebook, and I thought that Charlotte would at least, you know, maybe get a sneak attack, you know, a back attack or a post-match attack on the tie, just to retain some heat going into NXT Re-Evolution. And if I'm recalling, I think this is what some fans on Bleacher kind of, they're getting tired of mostly AJ's matches being, you know, kind of, I guess they may want to call it a one move of doom, where AJ would get kind of dominated and it would just take one, you know, just do the Black Widow and it's over. But that's another story. Yeah, I was surprised that Charlotte saying was. I thought that, you know, yeah, a post match attack will, you know, will follow. As far as she can retain some heat slash momentum going into Evolution, but that wasn't the case. And also, hey, RVD's in his ass. Oh, no pyro. I thought that no, and now it seems as though, yeah, there's gonna be a stairs match, you know, at TLC, but that's not really the thing I want to talk about. This TLC is now going to be known as Tables, Ladders, and Chairs and Stairs. I guess that's what it is. The RVD shrug. Also, I would like to say that so far the New Day has not met the expectations that people, I guess, thought they were, and I mean by the very stereotypical shucking and jiving expectation. That's what a lot of people expect in the New Day. So far, the New Day have just come across as, you know, just a brotherly trio. You know, I'm being honest. So far, they have not come across as stereotypical, you know, Tyler Perry-esque, you know, this there's all testifying stuff and religious, you know, certain religious theme and everything. Everybody thought they were. No, they just coming across as a brotherly trio that get along, and you know, that's what they're coming across as. And I think that's good. I do, however, feel that with all those vignettes that WWE put together for them, that I would have thought that they would have made them come across as a bigger deal. That does not mean that I rocket push to the main event. Just give the fans an impression that yes, they are not just the guys. They're not just normal guys. They're not just normal guys there. You know, they're not just one of the guys. They're something. They're pretty important. They're people that you should care about. So, well, come on now. Oh my God. So yeah, those are some things I want to take from this Raw. Oh wait a minute, you know what? It may went from Raw, but no, what? Hold on, let me check some comments. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. I would even say that Seth Rollins and Ambrose falling off the cell, and also the Randy Orton Batista inverted, neck breaker Batista ball coming through the announcement table. Brian, that was extreme. I never saw that before. Okay. Nathan, Michael, what's going on? Everything's going well, Nathan. We got Sin Quan is here. How you doing, Malcolm? 10th anniversary of the Lita versus Trish main event from Raw, in my opinion. The best, absolutely best Divas match ever. Okay, before I get into those topics, those three topics, I think there was one that was missing, that was left off by accident. And I'm not even sure if all you guys really wanted to, my 2 cents on it, because it happened after all. So, the wrestling corner was done. But it was the podcast, the live podcast between Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. I enjoyed the podcast when, Steve and Vince were talking about, their feud and how, their chemistry came together and stuff. But kind of the meat of the podcast and what everybody's talking about is anytime Steve asks questions about, because when I called the podcast, I guess they were talking about the creative staff. Basically, Austin was questioning why is the creative staff so big, basically when I was in the business, during the Attitude Era and before that, it was not that many people. It just had to take just maybe a handful, maybe like two. He even said Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson would just do everything. I also found out from my friend Nate that before that, when I guess Austin asked Vince about, why he dropped the ball on Cesaro, and Vince McMahon says Cesaro just does not connect or relate to the fans, and he doesn't have the it factor and everything, and that really set some fans off. Austin questioned, basically the whole situation, the status of Brock Lesnar, and Vince's reply. I think out of all Vince's replies to Austin's questions about like the current stuff, I think that'd be my least favorite, because Vince was basically talking about how the title it's not about the title. It's not about the title. I don't know if they saying the title's not important. In some cases it is, and he was saying how the appeal, if you have Brock on every show, will be lost. If you had him on every show, he's basically a special attraction. And how only I had to agree. Okay, yeah, if you just had Brock run roughshod through everybody on the face roster, then yeah, it would be pretty bad. But however, I never said for Brock to wrestle on every Raw. Never. I never said that he had to wrestle on every Raw. I don't think a lot of fans have said that. You know, there have seen online there's some fans that do feel he need to wrestle on every Raw. I never felt that he needed to wrestle on every Raw. I never felt that he needed to be on every Raw. I thought he would be on every other Raw. But that's not the case. But Vince saying that the title's not important is just as bad as just saying, you know, just as bad as Vince Russo whenever he said that the title was just a prop. I care about who wins that title. I care about who holds the title. I care about people's reigns. Even when since I grew up, I cared about who held the title and who defended the title and the title matches that came with it. I guess Vince don't. So you know, that kind of really upsetted me. That really did, because I understand what Vince is saying, that yeah, if you had Brock on every show, you know, is Jericho here? Really? Fandango going to try to bring back the rivalry? It looks like he's about to, if I'm not mistaken, he may going to accept. Yep. So, but you know, him saying that, you know, we have Brock on every show, you know, it wouldn't, and him being there wouldn't no longer be special. Like, it wouldn't be a big deal. Now, I do feel that, yeah, you should kind of, you don't want to overexpose, you know, and in this time of age of wrestling, a lot of wrestlers have been overexposed because they're on the show every time. Especially since, you know, there's multiple programming. You got Raw, SmackDown, main event, even Superstar still there. However, you know, you do keep that mystique or that special appeal, you know, by kind of by putting it in moderation, kind of spacing appearances out. You know, even Jared said, you know, John Cena, Bryan, they don't have to be they don't have to be on Raw, you know, and Mick, they have to be on Raw every time. You know, they don't. You know, you just kind of really save those appearances. You know, you can mention them, but they don't have to be on Raw every time. They don't have to wrestle on Raw every time. But that's not the case for Brock. The case for Brock is that he's just not on the show. He's just not on the show. Not even a whiff of the guy. Yeah, it's good to see Paul Heyman there, but I've always said it. I'm used to seeing one with the other. You know, you can't see Paul Heyman without seeing Brock. You can't see Brock Lesnar without seeing Paul Heyman on WWE program. You know, they're by the hip, man. They're by the hip. You know, but you know, especially with champion, you know, it makes it special. Yeah, like if you don't have the champion that wrestle every time on Raw, it makes it special when they finally do. Like, oh shoot, yeah, the champion's gonna be like, look at NXT. Adrian Neville, he doesn't wrestle every NXT. He doesn't. You know, he doesn't wrestle, but he's still mentioned and he'll maybe cut a promo. But it's not like he's a ghost. Like you don't see him or you don't hear about him. But Adrian Neville, you know, he doesn't wrestle on every NXT. But when he does, you know, they will announce it. So when he does have his title defense, it is a big deal. But, you know, I think there was somebody said that they would like for when Brock, when he comes back, which he's supposed to be coming back in the next Raw. He's supposed to be making his return the next Raw. I think somebody said they wish that fans Either give him a resounding boo, and not because he's a heel, just because of him being absent for this long, or might not. Don't even give him. Don't even give him the same. Don't even give him a reaction. Like, you want to be a ghost? But you know what? You want to be silent like a ghost? Okay. Oh man, Renee looking very nice tonight. But yeah, how about we treat you like one? Nothing. Oh boy, here we go. We're gonna deal with this. One of these big show promos. Okay, we got you. J-Way, and Malcolm, hey Jay. Okay, Jay. First of all, Cesaro was connecting up until you threw him with Heyman with no set plan or plot on to blame Brock and they part ways. And since when hasn't the title not been important? Isn't this the same company that saw Mick Foley bleed for the title, Triple H betray friends, and pupils like, what the Vince? Exactly. Nah, okay, yeah, Vince got a point. Yeah, we are invested in the story. However, most of the title is the center of the story, so that makes the title important. Brian's push. The center of the story was the title, was him getting the belt. That was the payoff. Since Big Show brought up Roland, I'm going to say it right now. So far, you want to talk about, I'm talking, we talking about Charlotte and stuff, not retaining heat. You want to talk about a champion that's losing heat maybe for the past couple of weeks? It's been Luke Harper. He has been laid out or been coming on the or been ended up on the bad end of the stick like for 3 weeks straight or something. I mean, it's crazy. But it's not surprising because WWE, they don't stop do that to, their mid-card champions. Especially when they're heel. They only get heat by retaining their belts. They really don't get sometimes they don't really get heat during the build-up. They most of the time end up on the losing end. And it's almost to the point, and they lose so many matches to whoever they're challenging. It's almost like, why should I feel this person? No, why should I pay money into this match when I've already seen for 3 weeks straight or so the challenger beat the champion? Shouldn't that shouldn't that be like the payoff something like? Why should I pay to see that this champion and he come across like a real loser? He's been losing. It's not like he's ending up on the bad end more time, but or like during like brawls and stuff. No, like why should I pay to see? I mean, why should I pay to see, especially if they're heel? Wait a minute. Isn't that the payoff? The good guy always coming out on top against the good guy maybe coming out on top of the bad guy. But I've seen it for 3 weeks straight. I've seen it for 3 weeks straight. Come on, 3 weeks straight. Why do I want to pay? Why do I want to pay money to see? James after he's been laid out so many times, and he doesn't even come. No, he doesn't even come across as a threat, and he's the bad guy. The bad guy's not really supposed to be fighting from behind, and that's sometimes how it is for the mid-card champ. They're heels in WWE. They're the ones that come across as the underdogs. They're the ones that coming from behind. They're the ones that look like they don't have a chance. It's crazy. Right. All right. What? Hold up, guys. That's weird. Okay, but okay, so now I guess it's time to get to the topics at hand. Um, yeah. So double cross of the year. Um, yeah. So 2 days ago marked the 10th anniversary of Lita versus Trish main event on Raw. December 6, 2004 was the date. You know, I remember. Hey, Booker! Yeah, I remember the build up that came with it. Um, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was right. It was after during the Subway Survivor Series. So Jericho, Orton, Maven, Maven, um, Benoit, um, Jericho, Orton, Maven, and Benoit. You know, they were because they won a Survivor Series. You know, they had a night of their own to run Raw, and I believe on that Raw, it was in North Carolina. I believe Jericho was hosting. He was the general manager of that Raw, and he actually made the match the week before it. I remember he came up to Trish backstage and mentioned and brought it up to her. Um, After months of the insults and the embarrassment, you know that Lita was that Lita sustained, you know, from Trish. It all came to a head on that very day. Um, and you know, Trish was, you know, calling, you know, Lita the kiss of death. Basically, everything she touches dies. You know, and he did that whole promo where she guest starred on Dark Angel not long after that guest appearance. The show got canceled. You know, she was with Matt Hardy at the time. Matt Hardy got released. You know, was with Kane. You know, at the time he got hurt by Snitsky. You know, all of this. And prior to the match, you know, Trish, when they had a confrontation prior to the match, and Lita planted a kiss on Trish. And then came the match. And the crowd was into the match. And that's one thing that stands out about this match in terms of you compare it to any other women's match that followed after, you know, that came after this match. Out of mostly all women's champions, the fans, you know, actually felt this match. They, you know, it was a main event, and the fans, they treated it like a main event. And you know, for a long period of time, you know, I don't know how, you know, if other fans, you know, judge, you know, the match, how they judge it, what they base it on. But, you know, Shin Kwan feels the best divas, even though I really don't like using that term divas. Divas match ever. Um, for a long period of time, for, you know, some reason, no, for a long period of time, I felt that it was the best women's match in WWE history. Um, and I think it had to do everything with the build, you know, the build up, the importance, you know, the crowd interaction. I mean, the basically the atmosphere was, you know, was hot. They were live. The crowd was live for the match. You know, Trish and Lee, they put all the stops. To this day, I will never forget when Lita went for that suicide dive, and she landed on her chest, neck, whatever, and bounced up like a pogo stick. And I remember me and Chris like, oh my God, we're thinking that's it for her career. And she gets up like nothing ever happened. What she was hurt, but still she gets up, and I'm thinking, how do you get up from that? And at the time, she was suffering from her broken nose, but I guess that time it wasn't broken anymore, so she used the nose guard as a weapon, and believable near falls, and then the crowd was into it. I don't think there was a real low moment in that match, a real slow low moment where the crowd, the momentum cooled down, and most of the matches are like a roller coaster. You have your ups and you have your downs, but no, it stayed pretty rapid. And Lita would get the win after the reverse twist of fate and a moonsault, and she'd become women's champion. Unfortunately, though, the follow-up match that took place near the Revolution. That's when Lita got hurt, and I still say as they man, I really wonder what was in store for the feud if Lita did not get hurt. Was they going to have like some big match at WrestleMania? Basically, also what that was, because if Lita didn't get hurt, was Christie going to have like a WrestleMania moment or match? Also that's something to think about. But I still feel that if Lita did not get hurt, I still think that WWE may would have tried to do something big for Lita and Trish at WrestleMania 21. I mean, but it's been the only time. I mean, it's been the last time that a women's championship match or a women's match period has main evented Raw. Now this year, in terms of women's in segments, yeah, it hasn't. In the main event slot, like in terms of a segment, which is a match for just they got the final slot. The last thing that happened was between the contract signing between Steph and Brie. Be quite honest. Um, for 2 weeks straight up, for 2 weeks during that build up, they had the main event slot for Raw. So, but in terms of a main event match, it goes to Lita and Trish. That's been the last women's match to main event Raw. Hey, Jericho's gonna be on Raw next Monday. Raw is Jericho. But one thing that about that, at that time, Trish was on a roll as a heel. I mean, she was on a roll. I mean, she was firing on all cylinders. She was really one that really loved to boo and hate. And yeah, even though the whole Lita being pregnant stuff was, when you look back, it was ridiculous. But you think about all the stuff that Trish said during all the antics she did. You know, you really felt sympathy for Lita. And as Jesus kind of should do for the face sometimes. And Roman's here. In some cases now in WWE, sometimes you wonder, are the faces really are the faces really the good guys? You really question that, because when you have cases where the faces, I'm just gonna throw like Sheamus and stuff, they'll do some stuff post-match attacks when they're not even warranted, and you're like really? Like, what did the heel do to deserve that? It's crazy. And that's another thing, you know. I mean, a lot of people talking about, yeah, Vince Mansell. There's nobody in the back stepping up and everything. Then my friend Nate said, you know, if that's the case, then basically, if you feel that way, then basically, what are you doing? What are you doing with keeping these people then? And I'm not saying that, you know, the roster, you know, doesn't want to be, but I'm thinking like, if you feel that way, then why do you why why do you still have these people if you feel that they're not stepping up? You know, why do you still have them? See how that makes it seem as though, like, then you question, if you don't feel nobody in your company is stepping up, trying to step up, then why do you still have it? Almost like you're just throwing them out there and just to do something. You basically having them run and do nothing. It sounds so. It sounds crazy. It sounds so illogical. No, it sounds like Spock. And there's like the million for a billion or a zillionth Big Show Cena match, and if John Cena FU's Big Show, Watch King's gonna act like he never seen it before. Okay, look at more comments. J-Way, this is after his Cesaro comment. If the title wasn't so important, then why was it so important to keep out of Bryan's hands for so long, or Punk's hands? Because having the belt is supposed to mean that you're a top guy in the company, maybe not the top guy, but one of them. And you can't even get Brock on satellite. Out of here, Vince. Stop insulting our telling you. Yeah, my friend Nate said that night will forever be remembered as the night where we all realized that Vince McMahon does not know what he's doing anymore. He's clueless. Hold on, phone call. I'm back. All right. Other comment from you, call me crazy, just a fan of the guy, but in my opinion, Bray should be superstar of the year just off of impactfulness. But I wouldn't be mad with Dean winning. But hey, fat chance of that. Yeah, I would never been. I would never been surprised who won that breakout. Oh no, this is for superstar of the year. Um, but wait, what? Ah, that's one of the funniest. That's one of the funniest signs I've ever seen. If you look, it's basically like the eat, sleep, repeat mantra. You got for Big Show. For Big Show, it's sleep, eat, sleep. Big Show, heel turn, repeat. Ah, error. So I'm just happy to see that for Superstar of the Year, a lot of them were hopefully the new guard. It was new stars. The new future stars. Hopefully, it was good to see that. That okay, Andre cannot deny Roman has a presence and demands your attention with those eyes. Yeah. Oh. Um. Yeah. You can't really what does Alex Riley always be saying? You really can't teach, you know, having a presence, having that type of presence. Like when you step through the room or you step in a room or whatever, you know, you feel something, like like when somebody like throw when Vader stepped in, it's like, oh shoot, you're all eyes on that guy right there. So yeah, you really can't, really teach presence. You either have it or you don't. So that instant presence. No. No. Uh, uh, okay. Where they go? Oh no! Sidewalk slam Cole. Okay. Oh, Nathan. His new name should be Vince McBlivious, because he is oblivious to what is going on in WWE. Yeah, and, he was saying all through the podcast, I listen to the fans and stuff, and I'm like, oh, you do, and a lot of people on, the oh god, on the Facebook group, Russman agreed with me when I said that. No, wait, no, I didn't say it. My friend Nate, he agreed with me. if you look at that podcast, you look at Austin when Vince McMahon was answering all some questions. There were plenty of times where Austin had that look like, yeah, I'm nodding, but I smell the BS, Vince. It was really like Austin, like real, like Austin was not, Austin was not, playing favorites or he was sugarcoating things. He wasn't, like I said, he wasn't beating around the bush. You know, he was, he was going all in. No, he was playing, it hard, the hard ball. And I'm telling you, he really wanted to know these. He really wanted to know these questions. He really wanted to know the answers to these questions. And I really think that he had that look like, okay, but I'm smelling the BS, Vince. I really do. I think Austin can really sense, like, oh, like this is some kind of some BS. Like, really? Oh, wow. Look at Cena's face. Wow. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. Young Joey, Dolph has definitely stepped up, and what is Vince talking about? I think Dean and Seth stepped it up, and Bray had a great year. Great year. Highlight being his match with Cena at the end. A lot of Roman was stepping up before he got hurt. Like Steve said in one of his podcasts, I hope Roman took the time to develop his craft a little more. But Vince is just out of touch and needs to totally pass the torch. Yeah, man. Vince, I disagree with him saying he listened to the fans. No, I really do. Oh, I've never seen somebody get pushed off the ladder like facing that way. Look at not everybody had butts. Look at Big Show's face. Oh, oh. Here comes my thinking music. Oh, what the hell? Look at this Big Show. Oh no! Yeah, but freaking right back. Oh, no, I don't think it's going to be right back. But it's going to be a painful down back for Rowan. You're late, right back. No. No. Out of me, her. So this made one of the smartest decisions WWE ever made this year was making Ryback back into a face. Look at it. Oh my God. Look out, Ryback. Ow. Oh, again. Oh. Sheriff. Hey, Dolph's back. Hey, Dolph. No. No. No, no, no. Hello, blow him. So. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh. Hey, Cena. Hey, look at. Oh, how did you? Look at Kane. This is chaotic. Oh. Oh, no. Sugar honey iced tea. Oh, shoot. That's the first time I ever heard a kid say that. Oh, shoot. You hear that, kid? John Cena, you stink. So who says that all kids are Cena fans? Oh, no. Oh, man. How do you like me now? That's what I'm. Well, I mean, it's bad, but but bad in a good way. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know, the heels getting their heat, man. But what about Dolph, man? Look at Cena's face. Oh man, that was a bad man fall for that freaking back suplex face buster, man, into the freaking table. Start with that stare stuff. Okay. Um. Well. Uh. Oh. Now that TLC, I mean, now that Raw is, is wrapped up. Yeah, I guess, I give my TLC predictions. Okay. I'm not. I don't. I'm not gonna watch the pre-show, but I guess the New Day will go over Gold and Stardust. Um, but that was the official card. Okay, we have we have AJ versus Nikki for the Divas Championship. I think WWE will make up for what happened at Survivor Series. I found out that that the reason for why the AJ and remember I told you I think the reason why the AJ and Nikki match was so short was because basically WWE just told him at the last minute, yeah, you only got this amount of time. It's crazy. Hopefully that won't be the case this time, because I believe that with the improvement of Nikki and age, and with AJ being AJ, I think that those two can put on a great, I even said a great, a great storm, but I think they can put up a very exceptional match. They can did I say exceptional? Yeah, exceptional. Yeah, very exceptional match. I think because Brie and Nikki did a good job, and so because I felt I was a little bit upset when this Survivor Series match went the way it did, because I was looking forward to the match. But in terms of who's going to win, I think Nikki's going to win. I won't be surprised Brie gets involved. I still think that Brie is setting her sister up big time, but still going to go with the flow, I guess. She's with her. Makes me wonder where AJ will go from there, because in WWE, there's really only one feud for the women. That's for the title. There's no non-title. There's no non-title feud. That's why it was pretty good that with Professional we got Brie versus Steph, but at the same time, look at with Steph's stats being the man, everything, an authority figure. Okay, that's kind of a little bit of that's kind of a little bit different. Not a little bit different, but that's kind of an exception. Talking about full-time women's wrestler versus full-time women's wrestler in WWE, you barely see a non-title feud for that. You barely do. You barely see that. But I think Nikki's going to retain her championship with some interference. Then comes the tag team championship match, the Usos versus Miz and Mizdow. As much as I would like to see the Usos have already had the belt for pretty much the majority of this year. I would like for I wouldn't mind them becoming champs again, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. So I predict Miz and Miz down to win. I don't know how. I don't know by what means, but I believe they're going to win. We also have, I believe Swagger and Rusev are going to face at TLC for the United States Championship match, basically igniting their feud. And I have a feeling I predict Rusev to win, but unfortunately, I wouldn't mind Swagger winning, because I still think WWE really dropped the ball, with all the momentum Swagger had in the summer. I mean, Swagger had a lot of momentum. And I still feel if WWE stayed within the rules, real rules of a flag match. And had it been no pins, no submission, just get the flag and you win. Because I know they wanted to protect Rusev for him not, but they wanted to have him not get pinned or submitted yet. But you could have still did that by just having a regular flag match. Just by having Swagger get that win. By just taking down the flag. So I think that while this feud is being rekindled, you know, and it's being rekindled with even more emotion, you know, more is becoming more personal. I predict, you know, Rusev to win. You know, be quite honest, I really would not like to see Swagger tap out or so. Or, you know, I think soon. I think soon Rusev is maybe going to. Maybe he did have a non-submission finisher. You know, that rock bottom, like that Uranagi of his. But I predict Rusev's going to retain. I predict a lot of. I predict mostly all the belts retain. I do. I predict all the belts retain. So, no, wait a minute. You know what? I hold that thought. No, I don't. I have a feeling Dolph is going to win back the Intercontinental title. And I know a lot of people think, okay, what was the point of, you know, of Luke Harper getting it? Once again, I think that would be basically reinforce my thought of it was that was just for Team Cena to take a big blow headed into Survivor Series, you know, like a battle won out of the war, a crucial battle won out of the war. You know, that's where I took when Ziggler lost the Intercontinental title. But I predict he's going to get the title back. I really do. I predict he's going to get the title back in that ladder match against Luke Harper. I really do. I think it's going to be a great match. I think I will hope that it uses the big man, small man dynamic, which has been time tested. You know, one of my favorite, and it's been, I think, it's going on about to be 4 years since it happened. One of my favorite ladder matches, like in recent history, from then that was the Sheamus John Morrison match from TLC 2010. I dig that match. I really do. From the get-go, when I first saw it, it wasn't one of those cases that, you know, through time after, you know, repeated viewings of it, I started to like it more. No. From the get-go, from my first viewing of it, I loved that match. So I would like to think that Luke Harper and Ziggler has the capability of coming close to surpassing, if not surpassing, the Sheamus John Morrison match. Because Ziggler has been firing on all cylinders. And Luke Harper, he's a different big man. You know, he's kind of calmed down on, you know, doing, you know, the suicide dive most of the time. But when he does it on like special occasion stuff, yeah, it's like, oh shoot, you know, oh shoot, I forgot he can do that. But you know, most time, you know, I guess a lot of wrestlers in the past, they like to see that big man heels stay on the ground, you know, not really, I guess, not exploit that you have that type of athleticism, you know, break it out every now and then. I think Luke Harper's starting to do it. He's breaking out every now and then. You know, I still understand that suplex lift and then slap move. I still don't understand that. I don't. So that about does it for the title match. Yeah, because there's no WWE Championship match. Yeah, it's been that way since Hell in a Cell. Yeah, thank you, Brock. So I guess that goes towards the non-title matches. Oh man, I needed that. We got this stairs match between Rowan and Big Show. basically this match is gonna be like a stairs match, right? Basically, the only weapon legal is the stairs. It'd be even crazy. You have to pin the person on the stairs. Imagine that you have to pin the person on the stairs, like on the base of the stairs. I predict Rowan to win. It'd be quite. See, when you're doing predictions, it's not about who you in your heart feel. I mean, like who you want to win. I mean, you predict like you're based up. So my prediction is that I predict Rowan to win, but truthfully, I want Rowan to win. You know, to get to get that notch under his belt that he beat the Big Show. You know, because so far in this Big Show, I'm just getting tired of Big Show turns. Period. Just if he's near retirement, just stay something. Just stay something. So I predict Rowan to win. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. He lifts Big Show, some impressive lift, and he drops Big Show in the stairs or something. Then we have Ryback versus Kane stairs match. Oh, that's the chairs match. So again, another concept that, like, okay, ever since they debuted this chairs match in the first ever TLC pay-per-view, never been a fan of it. And the first ever chairs match was between Undertaker and Big T, so that has some real star power to it. You know, I don't know where else Kane is to go, but I predict Ryback to win. Ryback needs a win because he's still, if you know, yeah, he was part of Team Cena, but yeah, he still got eliminated. So he has still been pinned and stuff, and marquee high profile matches on pay per view. He still has yet to really get. Yeah, he got that one with Jericho, but yeah, but look how that came out. You know, but after that, nothing really came out. He lost to Punk twice and everything. So yeah, Ryback, yeah, but especially as a face. As a face, he never got that marquee. He never got that marquee win against a high profile person. He lost to Punk. He lost to Mark Henry. He lost to the Shield. I believe he's the one that got pinned. I believe Sheamus got pinned. So yeah. And then he got pinned by Seth Rollins. No. He didn't get pinned. Seth Rollins just hit the curb stomp. But so yeah. Well, I believe it. I predict Ryback to finally get as a face that high profile win over Kane. Perhaps some type of shell shock through chairs together. Then we have the TLC match between Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. Man, I think what happened on Survivor Series, oh man, they're gonna up the ante big time. And I'm really undecided. There's gonna be pinfalls, but it's not gonna be something to take down. You know what? I'm undecided on this one. I am. I'm undecided on Bray and Ambrose TLC at TLC. Then we got, which might be the main event, be crazy, Bray Wyatt and Ambrose the main event, but I doubt it because what's at stake for this Cena Rollins tables match? No, Cena has not fared well in tables matches. He hasn't. He has not really. I think he has a losing record in tables matches. You know, in TLC 2009, first over TLC match, that's when he lost championship to Sheamus. When he jumped. He didn't get pushed, he jumped. But I predict Cena to win. You know, he's gonna keep his opportunity to face Brock at the Royal Rumble. Hopefully at the Royal Rumble. I don't think that would be a big loss for Seth. Like really gonna damage him on the he's ruined forever and stuff. No, I don't think so. So that about does it for my prediction for TLC. Then we have basically last topic Last topic was for CM Punk. CM Punk has signed with UFC, people. If you don't know, I think everybody here knows that he has signed with he has signed with UFC. He signed about I don't know which was the official day he signed, but he did sign. Ooh. My thoughts on Punk signing with UFC. Hey, if it makes him happy, then all for him, man. If he's doing something that makes him happy, hey, all for him. Now, I guess the next question would be, how do I think he's going to fare in MMA? That's another story. That's up in the air. It can go south real fast. I don't think Punk is that guy, but you never know. He could maybe take a beating where it makes him reconsider, even continuing to be in UFC or just MMA, period. But I think even Punk took a real beating. The type of person Punk is, he'll really dust himself off. And you know what? I'm going to take another crack at it. So, yeah, how he fares, that's a different story. I think somebody said Dana White said that, that he's going to give him he's going to put him, his first fight is going to be up against somebody that, has only had like 2 or 3 fights. I guess intermediate or somewhat experienced. Punk is supposed to come in the UFC 2015. I don't know the first event of 2015. I don't know that. But I do agree with my friend Nate when we talked that because I asked him about, his thoughts on CM Punk signing. I do agree with what Nate said. I think because it's CM Punk and it's going to be like a crossover with the fans, I believe, even if there's some wrestlers that are not even UFC fans, because it's CM Punk and they like CM Punk, they're going to want to support him and see how he does on his first fight. So I think because of that, I wouldn't be surprised his first fight draws a good buy rate. I would not be. I agree when Nate said that. I even said I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised his first fight draws a good buy rate. Because you're going to have that crossover effect. You're going to have fans coming over from WWE or people that just follow him from Ring of Honor. They're going to want to see that fight. Heck, if they get the chance, they might want to go to his first fight. And if they do, rest assured, you're going to hear a CM Punk chant. I checked out Batista's first fight. I don't think I checked out Brock's first fight. I think if his first fight was against Randy Orton, then I did see that. I don't think I saw Lashley's first fight, but I will check out Punk's first fight. I barely get to see UFC pay-per-views. It's not like I don't like UFC. I like UFC, but I'm not. But I haven't stayed up, with the pay. I can't even recall when was the last UFC fight, UFC event I ever watched all the way through. It's been a long time. I know the fighters because how can you not? They advertise them very well. UFC promotes very well. They really do. So even if you're not a UFC fan, you might know. Hey, I've heard that Anderson Silva. I've heard of John Jones. You've heard of those guys. So UFC promotes very well. I won't be surprised that they promote CM Punk's first fight very well. I doubt that he would still call himself CM Punk. He might just I don't know. He might just go with Phil Brooks. To be quite honest, Phil Brooks does kind of a guy to, I don't know if that's kind of pigeonholing, but it does kind of have like some fighter name, Phil Brooks. Phil Brooks faces, so and so. It kind of got that fighter vibe to it. You know what I mean? But overall thoughts of CM Punk joining, UFC signing. Hey, look, it makes me happy. That's good. But how I do have to, question, after coming off a couple months of basically being banged up in the WWE, I know, yeah, he's not going to be on the road, about 200 or 300 days a year, and competing nonstop, having fights every day and what have you. But I do have to question after, as I still have yet to listen to his podcast, saying how he's wrestling with this and how he was feeling miserable and how his body, was feeling miserable stuff. I've had a question, UFC is just as rigorous on your body. It's just as wrestling is, Yes, wrestling is, has predetermined victories and losses and finishes and stuff. But still, when you're slamming each other and on that mat and even on the floor, it takes a toll on your body. It takes a definite toll on your body. And so does getting punched in the face, kicked in the face, kneed in the face, taken down hard, tackled into the cage. That takes a toll on your body too. Concussions and swelling and bruising, that takes a toll on your body too. So after coming off from maybe, wrestling, through pain, that's what it's saying, body all of a sudden felt like it was breaking down in WWE. You got that question, doing this is really good for your body. Gotta put that in consideration. I hope that Punk feels healthy enough and feels good enough that he can go into, MMA or the UFC and the UFC. Remember, the whole thing, real thing is MMA. UFC is the company, the brand. Let me see if there are any more comments. Are there any more comments? No, I don't see like there's any more comments. So okay, then that's about does it for this show for episode 12 of season 3 of the Bennett Brothers Wrestling Call. Remember, December 31st, New Year's Eve, which is a Wednesday. I will, hopefully, me and Chris can get together for December 31st and, basically do our end of the year award show. If it doesn't happen on December 31st, then for sure the first Monday of 2015 will be the end of the year, basically end of 2014 award show. But I really would like to do it with my bro. I really would, and it makes sense with because since Wednesday is the 31st on a Wednesday, and that's the last day of the year, of course, and Chris is off on Wednesdays, so it makes sense. And it seems like everything falls into place. But that's then. But until then, this is Oakland 93, always in the place to be. Hope everybody has a nice weekend and stay safe. Peace. Oh yeah, enjoy TLC. Now, peace.